Okay, we're back, and Tim's like hovering over the microphone. Um, okay, so what happened was I didn't want you guys to wait because, as like my typical motto goes, I don't want to waste your time. So what's happening was about 10 minutes we were off the air, and I was just doing nothing except running around in the grassland searching for this Ralts here. But for any of you who are wondering, we did catch that Zigzagoon. See. And the reason I caught it was, again, it'll be the HM slave of the game. And Pokemon Company, they did a really good job of thinking this stuff out. And then here's the Ralts that I just caught. It's got a bashful nature, which is pretty neutral. It's a neutral nature. But I like how it's female because, when Ralts grows up, it looks like a girl. Plus, it's a ballerina. I mean, a male ballerina Pokemon. Ugh, I don't want that. And it's got Synchronize, which is, I think, an excellent ability. It's a lot better than that Trace ability, which is its alternate ability. And Trace, it's okay. I mean, it copies the opponent's abilities. But I'd rather have Synchronize because um, status conditions, I think, are a really big part of winning or losing battles. So let's see, I'll switch you out here. So if you can, equalize the status conditions, like there are enemies I know who are real douchebags like me sometimes who like to paralyze everybody that runs into them. So if you can counter paralyze that person instantly, like that's a really good thing to have happen. So, okay, what I'm doing right now is I'm pretty much power training Ralts. You know it's a good Pokemon when it can't do anything to defend itself in the beginning. See, Growl is the only move it knows right now. So this is sort of a Magikarp type of Pokemon.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a signal, man.
Well, I mean, for every Pokemon that ever hasn't been able to defend itself immediately, like consider Abra for a second. All it knew was teleport in the beginning. So, but if you train Abra and you work hard enough on it, the that kid's sneezing. If you work hard enough on Abra, then it'll become Kadabra, and then if you trade it Alakazam, and that's a really high tier Pokemon. So what
Yeah,
typically happens if it's a rare Pokemon like this Ralts is, and it can't defend itself like this Ralts can't, and it's hard to train like this Ralts is. Like these sorts of kinds of Pokemon are what you look out for in a game as a winner.
yeah, there's three Pokemon.
Now, Ralts itself isn't. I'm not going to say that Ralts is, a high class Pokemon. I'm going to say it's an above average kind of Pokemon. Darn you growling at me. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do switch to Ralts. Alright, Growl is now neutralized. And we'll switch to Zigzagoon. And. Oh, what? How did he get healed? Oh, shoot. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm not even thinking at the moment. And this Taillow will not stop growling at me. Come on, just attack me already. Alright, fine. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna punch you in the face. There we go. Alright, so before I think I was talking about okay, Ralt's gotta get one more level up. Before I was talking about how Trico, the reason I picked it. Oh, by the way, berries in this game. This is the first game to introduce um planting berries. Like the first game to actually introduce berry trees in general was Silver, as I pointed out before in the last walkthrough. But in this game, this is the one where you can plant trees and you can get really interactive with them, and that's sort of a side quest thing if you want to do it. But all right, I'm gonna stop changing the subject already. The reason I picked Trico over the other two starters is because I guess we'll start with Mudkip. In this game, there is an absolute plethora of awesome water type Pokemon you could get. Like, yeah, Swampert is a good Pokemon if you train it up properly. It's growling at me. But you could also get Tim. What was the water type Pokemon you rely on in Battle Tower?
Wolverine.
Yeah, you could get Walrein in this game, which is pretty much this region's version of a
Snorlax.
Lapras. That's what it is. Oops, what am I doing?
Oh, it was like a Snorlax.
A Snorlax? I guess it might be a Snorlax kind of Pokemon, but I was thinking more like I do think it would be the Lapras because it's got the right types and stuff, and it's got more defense than anything. Ice, water. Anyway, the point is, it's a good water type, and then you got Melodic, which is really godly Pokemon. Probably the best non-legendary water type there is, and that's saying something. The water type is generally a very good type. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'll talk more about this in a second, but anyway, here's your dad in this game, and here's Wally, this kind of sickly kid who he can't normally leave home because he's so sick all the time. But what they're doing is they're giving him animal therapy and allowing him to have a Pokemon. So, but he's got to go catch it. And apparently, Dad expects me to be able to hunt with Wally for one Pokemon. I mean, a Pokemon and catch it with one Pokeball. So he gets really lucky and he runs into a Ralts in the first move. So here's Zigzagoon tackling it and stuff. And this is a borrowed Zigzagoon. And what I don't understand is later on in the game, Wally actually trains this Ralts up and it becomes darn powerful. But, you saw my Ralts was level 5 and it didn't learn Confusion. I mean, how does he expect to beat any enemy Pokemon with a creature that only knows Growl? I never understood that. Okay. Okay, my mom's waiting for me, so I have to go. So he had like 5 minutes to go catch a Pokemon, and he did it. Should probably take a little more time than that. Okay, so that's only after you become stronger, he says. Um, darn, there was something else I wanted to say. All right, back to the water types for this region first. Oh, change of subject again. Boy, I need to work on that. Um, you notice I only have two Pokeballs here. I probably should have gone to the Pokemon immediately, some Let's Play. But anyway, this is what I like about this game. He throws in a Premier Ball, and I'm saving the Premier Ball for a certain Pokemon that's coming up in the near future. And I can't buy more of them now. Did I heal? No, I didn't. Okay, I'll go ahead and heal. But I really like the Premier Ball option because a guy who's kind of a cheapskate like I am is like I get special event. All right, let me guess. You're a Pokemon trainer? Well, maybe not. Your clothes aren't that dirty.
Yeah,
Blah
hurry
blah
up.
blah. Roaming the land. I'm sorry to have taken your time. So that guy comes out of nowhere, but you're gonna see a lot more of him in this game. There are more special events. Yay! Free stuff. Yay!
So now get back to the subject.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll get back to the subject already. Oh, one more thing before I get off subject. This is a very rich lady right here. Um, you run into her. Make sure that the next time you run into her, because you can't do it this time, but next time, have an amulet coin ready. Have somebody holding it. And I'll show you where that is a lot later on. But for now, back on subject. I got like 2 minutes left to talk about it. So there are a bunch of good water types in this region that you can get. Just to name two, Walrein and Melodic. And then, of course, the legendary of this game, uh, what was it called? Kyogre, duh. The legendary of this game, Kyogre, is probably the best water type Pokemon there is. So you've got a lot of good water types to choose from. So there's really no reason, I think, to have. Darn, I want to run away. Run away. Run.
Yeah, but you says that level 100. Um,
What's him?
you say that a level 100 Kyogre,
Free
the
stuff.
water spout is stronger than a level 100 whale water spout.
Well, exactly. I mean, level 100 Kyogre with Water Spout. Dudes, that is an absolute beastly move, but we'll get back to that. I keep getting off subject.
Wailord's better.
Anyway, a bunch of good water types in this region, so that's why I didn't pick Swampert. Now, the reason I didn't pick Torchic is because of his general stats. Like, he's got really high attack and really high special attack, but unfortunately, he he doesn't have that good of a speed, and I really thought his speed would be a lot better because you want to survive against a bunch of enemies. Um, you're going to have to outspeed most of them, and you're going to have to hit strike first and strike hard. So, yeah, he's got high attack and special attack, but if you know me, you'll know that I want to concentrate on either one or the other. Either you're an attack type Pokemon or a special attack type Pokemon, but don't spread it out. Okay, so anyway, almost out of time for part two, so we're going to end it now. And when we come back, in this forest, there's a Pokemon called Slackoth, and the next time you see me, it's going to take forever to run into it, but I'll have run into one. So, until next time, guys, thanks for listening. This has been part two of Let's Play Pokemon Emerald. Tim,